Hi, I'm Mrs. Copleen. I'm the librarian here at West High School, and I want to welcome you to the West Media Center. The first thing I'd like to do is introduce the rest of our staff. Mrs. Bonnell is the aide that helps in the morning. Mrs. Coffey is the aide that helps in the afternoon, and Mrs. Sabatnik is here throughout the day to help with our technology issues. The library is open every day, starting at 7 in the morning, and it's open till 4 in the afternoon, except for Fridays, we close at 3:30. You are welcome to come to the library anytime. In general, we're open for AO. You can come from your study hall. You can come at lunchtime. You can even come from class if you have a pass from your teacher. All we ask is that you bring your ID. IDs are required. It helps us take attendance and just know who's here. Please also be aware that food is allowed in the library. However, you may not bring your entire lunch. So please don't bring something that's been prepared in the cafeteria or a sandwich you brought from home. Snacks are okay, but just limit it to snacks. And we have an area that is uncarpeted that is where we allow food in the library. So we have lots of things to offer you in the library. Many of your textbooks will come from the library here. We have books for you to use for class projects. We have a wonderful selection of books that you might read just for your interest if you're interested in nonfiction or just a good story. So please consider checking us out. Here's just some reminders you need to know. In general, books can be checked out for 3 weeks. We stamp the due date right on the cover of the book so you know when to bring it back. It's okay to renew books if you need them longer, or if you're working on a class project and you tell us ahead of time, we'll extend the due date beyond the date of when the project is due, so you have a little more time with the books. Do remember, though, that now in high school, there are fines for overdue books. So if you turn in a book, a library book, and the way you can tell a library book separate from a textbook is that barcode we use to scan it out is on the outside of the book. But be aware that a late book will carry a 5-cent a day fee for being late, just like the public library does. So bring those books in, and like I said, you can renew them if you need them for longer. We also have a wonderful collection of ebooks and digital audiobooks, books that you can read or listen to, in some cases both, right on your iPad. And so you're going to need an app for that. And the app you need is called Brightwave K-12. And you'll be getting a handout that will help you download and put in the correct information to configure that app on your iPad. Another piece of information that's on that handout is information about how to put a shortcut on your iPad for the library catalog. You can log right in, you can search for stuff, but the really helpful piece there is you can see what things you have checked out if you're not certain if you've returned a material or a textbook. And so there are directions on your handout to figure out how to do that. Also, we have several online resources as beyond books that are often better than what you can find just with a simple Google search. And there is a QR code and an address right on your handout that gives the web address for the library website. And the page that you want is called Information, Resources, and Databases. And if you go to that page, you'll see arranged by subject area all of the resources that would be most helpful in, say, a history class or a science class, or even if you're looking for video or pictures or music to use in your projects. So that is another helpful thing that we can do for you. If there's something that you can't find, if you can't find information for a project, if you can't find it online, if you can't find it in our databases, if there's a book that you want to read that we don't have, please ask me personally. I typically will order a book, and it's very rare that I can't get the book that you're looking for. If you need it right away, we'll try to get it from another school. I can usually get a book from a bookstore in a couple of days. So please be sure to ask me if there's anything that you are interested in. And if you have any problems using the apps, for the directions that are on your handout. Please come in and our staff will do our best to get you set up with those apps. So I hope to see you a lot in the library. Have a great year.